Hey, Sebastian and Andy. It's Glenn. Hope you guys are doing great. I just wanted to thank you again for a great job in our kitchen with the ceiling, and it looks wonderful. And you guys are really quick and professional. So, thanks again, Sebastian. I wanted to get back to you. I know I mentioned, you know, that creating a website might be beneficial for your small business. So, I just wanted to talk to about that a little bit. I pulled up your Facebook page and I see that it's really good. You have a number of followers. People are liking your posts, and there's a lot of good photos as well. So it is good. This basically tells me that you have a good business, and people are coming back to you, and probably a lot of word of mouth, things like that. I mean, I found you from Randolph residents on Facebook. So that tells me that your business is good. So that's a good sign. What I want to talk to you about is looking at potentially building a website to drive business and actually grow your small business even bigger. So I went into Google, and I'm sure you've done this before. If you're needing a particular service, you type that in. In this case, I typed in Handyman near me, right? And a number of businesses come up. The top is usually the sponsor, so they're paying. Basically, there's a Google guarantee you can do, to kind of rank higher. But I wouldn't focus on that. Where I kind of focus is in this area right here. They call this the map pack. So these are like the top businesses. They're ranked high because their website is really good. There's a lot of keywords that Google likes that makes it, basically reward the website by putting it up higher on the search page. So Pink Hammer is really the first one that's not sponsored. It's just the website it is getting them there and the searches and things like that. And then this next one, Roman, is also ranking pretty high. And I'm going to just kind of show you the two different sites and what I like about each one. And to be honest, what we usually do is we borrow a lot of what's working well within the top ranking sites, and we could basically use it for your site, because obviously it's successful. So the first one that I pulled up is Pink Hammer, and this one, I'm guessing this company is a bit bigger because when I click on the services, they have tons of them. Okay, and each of these is a separate page. I think that's kind of might be overkill. I think you probably would want to list your top, maybe 4 or 5 services, and go into detail on each of them, because when you click on this, they're talking about carpentry projects, and they describe it, things like that, and pictures. So each one of those has a separate page. So that's a lot, and it would take more time to build that, obviously. But they do a good job with laying out the basics about us, the gallery. So when I click on that, it takes me to a photo gallery of all their work, and it looks like they do really nice work. And again, maybe they might be a bigger company, but that's the gallery of their past work. And of course, reviews is important, right? So they have real customers leaving reviews of their projects and their work. Okay, and then they also have a contact us, ways to contact us on this main page, rather. Um, going back, going back to the homepage, I wanted to point out a couple of things. They have a number of ways to get in touch with them. They have these call buttons here. So I click on this. I'm probably going to be pulling this up on my phone, and I would click on that. I would call them right away. This contact us is probably another way to call them. It just says the text contact us on instead. And then they talk about just an overview of the company, what they do, the basics here. This is always a good idea, like in the center of the homepage, to list out the basic services they offer and a brief summary of them. Okay. And yeah, some of the nicer projects or bigger projects are listed here as well. And then, of course, your 5-star reviews you would want to list at the top on the main page rather. And then, of course, I mentioned there's always a number of ways to get in touch with them with the call buttons, but there's also they call this a lead form. So they type in their name, email, their contact information, submit it. Okay. So it's actually sent to, your website, or it's sent to your email, and it's retained there, and you can contact those folks at your convenience, get back to them. And they'll type in, what kind of service they're desiring. They'll give you a little bit of information, but obviously you'd have to call them back. So this one is very, very good. I think it's probably a bigger company. The next one I want to show you this is the one for this individual, Roman. He's a home improvement contractor. So, similar to a handyman, but I guess he maybe does some big projects also. But you can see it's laid out very similarly. They always have home and then services. So, he's only listing 3 services here. So, maybe he doesn't do a lot of the other smaller jobs. What he doesn't have here is he doesn't have reviews. I think that's important to have a separate menu item for reviews. But he does have, ways to contact them. They have this call button again. This is probably a lead form or another call button. Okay. And it's laid out similarly to the other one. Talks about the projects, pictures, nice pictures. You can list out some of the information about, how many projects you've completed, things like that. And, some of the 5 or 4.5 star reviews are nice. So, we could definitely do something like this. As you get into looking at the services, right, there's a lot of verbiage here. And the reason that, you typically want to write like 150 words or so on these pages. They call that content. But, basically what you're trying to do is hit like the key words like people search on, like kitchen or home edition, things like that. And that's going to make it actually rank higher on within Google itself. So interior, exterior painting, yeah, home improvement, um, interior and exterior painting, of course, are keywords. Things like that are really going to help it to rank a little bit higher. So that's kind of what I was thinking about for your business. Again, something probably between here and here, and we could even borrow a lot of the verbiage, and you already have a lot of photos that we could use. We could put some team photos on there as well, and yeah, just ways to get in contact with you and grow your business. So I'd love to help you and talk to you about it further, and see what your thoughts are. So I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, take care, Sebastian and Andy.